All right, let's go ahead and solve this multiple choice problem. So it has, which is the inverse of the statement, if n is odd, then n plus 1 is even. Now we have a whole bunch of answer choices and it's a lot to read through. So rather than trying to look at the answer choices, let's just go and identify here what exactly is going to be the inverse. What does the inverse here in this example actually represent? So quick little review. This is what we call a conditional statement. Conditional statements can be written in the form of if P, then Q, where P is going to represent our hypothesis, Q is going to represent our conclusion. So it's important to understand, or at least to remember to solve this problem, is what exactly is the inverse. So the inverse can be written in the form of if not P, then not Q. And the key thing is looking for that word not. So we're basically looking for the opposite of P, opposite of Q. However, we're not swapping them, we're not changing them or doing anything like that. If you wanted a quick little review before I go ahead and answer the question, if you do just swap them, if Q, then P, that is what we call the converse, and the contrapositive, can't even write, is going to be if not Q, then not P. So let's go ahead and read through our questions here and see which one is actually going to be the correct answer for the inverse. So again, we're looking for if not P. So what is P? P is if n is odd. So if n is odd, if that's P, then not P would be if n is not odd. Now, technically you could also rewrite if it's not odd. Well, you don't want to say if it's 0, because 0 could be an odd or an even, or not odd or even. So we're looking for if n is not odd. So don't just assume if we're looking for like even or something like that, because you could have the number 0. So if n is odd, so that one's not correct. If n plus 1 is even, no, that's switching them. If n plus 1 is even, that's switching them. If n is not odd, here we go. We like this. If n is not odd, then we're looking for what is not Q. Remember, Q in this case is n plus 1 is even. So not Q would be n plus 1 is not even. And then n plus 1 is not even. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we now found our answer.